all the time. And I started a whole business for a friend of mine in New York. Just mix this, do that, and she just went out. She just said, okay. She just went out, packaged it, and started selling it. And so she was making her money that way.
So there's tobacco, white sage, and what else?
And yerba santa. Yerba santa and white sage grow together in the mountains of California. They're pretty close here to Nevada. Okay. And right now is the time to go harvest it, actually, because this is when it's dried out, and you can just literally walk the hills anywhere in the mountains, just by Warner Hot Springs, for example. And they're right there, and you just break them all off, and you just hang dry them in your room or your office or whatever. It's almost dry anyway. In this environment, it dries in minutes. And then when it's ready, you basically just crush it with your hands and mix it with the tobacco, and you're ready to go.
Medicinal?
It's medicinal, yeah. Yerba santa heals your lungs. It's like mullein.
Interesting. It's like you smoke to heal your lungs, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a known thing. If you smoke mullein or lavender, that's even in the literature. If you smoke mullein and lavender, it actually heals your lungs.
Wow.
Yeah. And then yerba santa also does, but yerba santa is not popular enough to really be talked about in mainstream literature. But personally, for me, it's one of my favorite herbs. If you crush it up and you smell it, it almost has like a menthol in it, but it's way toned down. Like eucalyptus is really mentholic. It's harshly mentholic. But yerba santa is very softly mentholic. Like it's there, but it's distant. It's one of my favorite herbs. It's a beautiful herb. It's one I crush it up and I just throw it around my floor. My office.
Like Santa Claus? Santa?
Yeah, no, it's yerba because that's you. Yeah, and then yerba santa. Yeah, herb of saints.
Cool.
And then you could also mugwort is also prevalent in that same ecosystem. So like what would happen is white sage and yerba santa would be up on a hill, and then as you come into the valley where the creek is, then you'd find mugwort growing all over the place. So you take mugwort and dry that, and then that would go in there. You could use.
What is that good for?
Mugwort is the traveler's super herb. It supports all travelers worldwide, and so it's like it's good for your lungs. It supports longevity, endurance, all the things you need as a traveler, immune system, and it's very popular in like Tibetan shamanism, all Himalayan systems of medicine, and it's also heavily prevalent in California naturally, and it's a cure for poison oak and poison ivy. Yeah. And even smoking is good for poison oak and poison ivy because the volatile oils that it contains knocks out poison oak and poison ivy.
What do you think of lobelia?
Lobelia is basically lobelia replaced all the tobacco formulas. Like all the herbal formulas that have lobelia in them really should be tobacco formulas, but because tobacco fell out of favor as a health substance, kind of like cacao, then all of a sudden it all got replaced by lobelia because people wouldn't react. They would go, oh, if they saw tobacco, and they'd go, oh, no. But now, it's kind of coming back.
So what's lobelia?
Lobelia is a tobacco relative it's basically extremely toxic, but for that reason it's a very powerful medicine, same as tobacco. And so you could powder tobacco and put it in herbal formulas, and actually really good herbalists like Hannah Kruger and people who know how to kill parasites, tobacco is in there because tobacco kills worms, period. In fact, that's why people smoke tobacco. A lot of times is they've got worms, and tobacco not only kills the worms, but it kills the eggs too. Ingesting it is better, but you have to be very careful on the dosage because, too much can kill you. Too much can kill you.
What do you think about the flavored tobacco? Like the stuff that you would get and put into, like if you go to like a hookah,
that's
shisha.
Let's put it this way.
We'll show you the one that we have.
Any kind of processed tobacco may contain anywhere from 25 to 30% of the dry matter weight of foreign substances. That's a lot. That's like of the dry matter weight. That means like 25% of what you see in front of your eye isn't actually even tobacco. It's whatever. It's going to be flavoring agents. It could be something else. But I've been growing it in Nonyland, and I've been growing it in Canada, and so I've finally learned how to cure it too. I'm getting to that point. That was a long time. That took a long time. It's pretty easy, but you have to have certain conditions present. And if you're there all the time, it's easy to do. So I just hang it all over my room, and it's just kind of fun walking past it, and then I can kind of check it and see if it's drying properly.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Yeah.
My grandma used to grow like fields of tobacco.
Oh, really?
And then you sit there after, like August or whatever you got it, and you just put it on a needle and like a string, and then you hang it around your house so it dries out. It's the whole process. They don't do that much anymore, but they used to. They used to do it.
The tobacco industry has been trying to drive that knowledge out very subtly because they don't want anybody growing it. They want to sell it to them.
Yeah, of course.
They do a damn good job getting people hooked on it.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's just really, it's to me, it's the most interesting plant in the world. It's totally amazing. And I grow genetically perfect specimens. Every single tobacco plant I have is perfect. It looks like it's like picture perfect. There's not a blemish or a splotch or anything wrong with them. They look like the crown where the new leaves come out is like a sight to see. It looks like it kind of reminds me of a clam. You know the clams with the ribs on them? It looks like that. Like it's so, the energy is so strong that it looks like a clam.
That's actually surprising because you think of tobacco,
Such a bad thing.
We're conditioned to think of it as like this evil thing that causes cancer and shit to do it, but in reality it's medicinal.
It's the most medicinal.
It went from being doctor recommended to, oh, this is terrible, we can't do this, to now, oh wait, it's a longevity program.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's kind of like I put in that article. Like it can gum you up with tar, and people can just get people have abusive relationships with a lot of things, and so that could just be converted to alcohol or tobacco or anything else. But if you don't have that kind of abusive relationship, it's not going to happen. And then there's no history of lung cancer in Amazonia, which is amazing. There's no history of lung cancer. And I've been down there. I've seen those dudes. They smoke tobacco constantly, just all day long. One of my friends down there, Don Augustine, he's in his 80s. He smoked tobacco. He's chain smoked tobacco for 60 years.
That's perfect.
And he looks great. You want to see a picture of this guy? This guy looks good. Like you look at him and go, dude, he's looking good. Like his skin looks good.
Oh, one of my friend's grandfather, he was smoking since he was, 13. That guy lived to 110. Smoking, but just pure tobacco. All you see, he's just sitting, smoking tobacco, all happy. He's like, nothing bothers me, I'm a happy guy.
The lung cancer it's totally chemicals. Just even one chemical that's ignited, like potassium, what is it they use? They use, I think it's potassium nitrate, which is it's a burn chemical, it's a burn agent that they use. So, a cigarette used to take 12 minutes to burn down, now it takes 90 seconds because they use burn agents. Just the breathing in the fumes of potassium nitrate is totally toxic, let alone, guess how many chemicals are in chemical tobacco?
Like several hundred.
Now, I put down 800 in that article, but I went and did some research after that. Guess what the actual number is? Over 4,000. Over 4,000. I actually didn't believe that. I was like, no, it's a mistake. It's over 4,000. And they fall into 5 different categories. Flavorings, burn agents, all kinds.
Shocking.
That's
stuff that they use, curing agents. It was really, 25 to 30% of the dry matter weight. So that's what's causing cancer, obviously. Come on.
That's as shocking as the burgers that they sell at McDonald's. You break that apart and list the ingredients.
There's over 1,000 different cow meats in one burger.
With all the crap and
it's 50% soy filler.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yummy.
So,
Yummy.